All right, so here's another bike. This is a vintage version of a hybrid bike, kind of the OG. This is a Diamondback Cross Country. It has 700C tires in pretty good shape because you can see the little nibs there. Good old cantilever brakes with some very new looking brake shoes. Cantilever very kind of finicky to adjust, but they provide great stopping power. Tongay Cross forks. I assume that means that they're chromoly, which is cool. It's made in China, but everything's made in China, so don't worry about it. Shimano SIS shifters, and these can actually be, these toggle between index and friction, so you can run those as friction shifters. This one's also a friction shifter. We can see that this is a very cleanly TIG welded steel frame, so it's not lugged. And got the cantilever brakes in the back. We have a Shimano front derailleur and a Shimano SIS rear derailleur. These are a little bit low end. I mean, they're better than these plastic tourneys, and they'll last plenty long, but they're not great. We've got a stamped Sake Honor crankset with a triple, and you can see that the chains and the sprocket, they're in pretty good shape, as is the seat. And so when I see a bike like this, you know, this bike was basically not used. It probably had less than like 10-20 miles on it. It is a great bike. I got it for a really good price. It was free on the side of the road, and I'm happy to pump up the tires, give it a tune-up, and send it on its way. This is, I think these kind of early generation hybrid bikes are probably one of the best values that you can get. It is an extremely versatile bike. It's upright, so you're able to ride with comfort. The friction brakes the friction shifters are very reliable. They're a little bit more finicky than an index shifter, but they also won't fail the way index shifters often will, especially the grip shifters. Cantilever brakes, I mean, all the brake systems are just fine. Any of the good brake systems, if they're properly adjusted, will just lock up a wheel, which is as much stopping power as you can get. So it gives you as much stopping power as a disc brake. There are some lower end components like the crank set and the derailleurs, but they're still pretty good. And lots of eyelets if you want to run racks. So you can basically do anything in this. You can do light touring, you can ride for fitness, you can commute on it. It's a great commuter bike. And they accept all standard sizes, so it's easy to upgrade. So these early hybrids are fantastic, and if you see them, especially if they're in good shape like this, I would definitely scoop it up. Just make sure it's in your size. And that is the Diamondback Cross Country awesome bike. All right, here's a follow-up video of the Diamondback Cross Country, and this bike was surprising in how little work was needed to bring it back. I just pumped up the tires, I gave it a little clean. The cantilever brakes were still dialed in, the shifting was still dialed in. It really didn't need much more than a good wipe down, and it's a fantastic bike. So this one was quite a score. Cross Country Diamondback.